Across India, classrooms are full, but teachers are few. In rural schools, one teacher often manages hundreds of students, juggling subjects far outside their training. The result? Learning gaps, low attendance, and high dropout rates. But a young team at Eckovation decided to change that.
We are essentially solving two critical problems of education sector. One, we are having very limited quality teachers, and on an annual basis, they are hardly teaching 100 to 150 learners. So we want to expand that reach and ensure access to quality education for all. And the second important problem which we tried solving through Eckovation is the personalization and contextualization of education for learners. Not all learners learned at the same pace. So that's where the contextualization and personalization of education is critically important, and that we are doing through the use of technologies like ML and AI.
Eckovation began with a simple belief that access to quality education shouldn't depend on where a child is born. With machine learning and AI, they set out to create a platform that could adapt to every learner's pace and every region's language. But first, they had to solve a classic chicken and egg problem: how to bring both teachers and students onto the same platform.
This is typical chicken egg problem for any platform model. So initial period to break this chicken egg problem, we hired in-house educators who created content for us, again in different languages wherever we are implementing and doing the project. And we created curriculum, engaged initial set of learners. Once the initial impact story started coming in, which is Unnayan Baka, the story, the story spread across. And then we started seeing a lot of teachers coming organically. We do have quality teachers who are limited in numbers. So in government school system also, those quality teachers who are there, they onboarded with us once we expanded the model across state and different regions. And then we have started creating those content with those teachers and ensured their reach to millions of the learners who are, following the application and the startup.
Unnayan Baka, launched in partnership with the district administration of Baka in Bihar, became a model of what Eckovation could achieve. In schools struggling with attendance and resources, the team introduced video-based learning, turning classrooms into interactive spaces.
In 2016, when we visited Banka, we understood that the problem is twofold. One is the scarcity of quality and quantity of teachers, which rippled down into the problem of single-digit attendance percentage across learners within multiple schools there in Banka. That is when we started the social innovation by placing LED screen in the school with a pen drive installed and a remote access that was given to the teachers. The role of a teacher was moved from teaching to moderation, wherein they were responsible for ensuring discipline in the class, while the learners learned and moved from the traditional teacher-based learning to video-based learning. The impact that we created was significant. In one school where we started from, we moved from single-digit attendance percentage to 60-65% attendance. In a month's time, we moved from one school to 5 schools, and the results again were staggering. On an average of 17% attendance that we saw across these 5 schools, we moved from 17% to 53%.
It wasn't just a digital intervention. It was a reimagination of how learning happens. By combining teacher facilitation with offline technology, Eckovation made education accessible, even in the most resource-constrained environments.
With Eckovation, right, when we were doing our groundwork research, right, so we realized that, the technology where we are intending to deploy it is really resource constrained, right? We saw families, where the entire family is just having one mobile phone, and the parent and the siblings, everyone is accessing just one mobile phone to access all the content, right? So that's when we realized that we actually need like a platform which is very versatile and can be deployed in a very resource constrained environment. So that's when we realized that, okay, let's shift this model to like a one-to-many model, right? So our platform, right, can be deployed like in minutes on a like in a classroom, right, where we'll give them a like a pen drive where all the videos are there, and they will just connect that pen drive onto the TV, and the video will start playing, right? And the students will then learn from that video which the teacher is playing, and they will give their assessment either on a phone or on a QR enabled like physical answer sheet that they are given, right? And later on that will be scanned by the teacher and uploaded onto the platform.
No heavy infrastructure, no internet dependency, just technology built for the realities of rural India. Light, flexible, and deeply human.
We took a lot of inspiration from WhatsApp, for example, right? It's a very light app. It works on a very like low-end phone also, right? So we took a lot of inspiration from that, and that's how we made Eckovation app into a very minimal app, which is having only the very minimum required features, and that's how the app size is very less. So even in a very low internet connection environment as well, you can download the app and use it.
Behind every innovation lies collaboration, and for Eckovation, government support has been key. From district officers to education departments, the idea found champions who helped take it to every corner of the state.
If this kind of a model has to sustain and scale, the inclination and the interest of district administration and state government is very, very critical. We are very fortunate that wherever we have implemented the program, we have received positive contribution from state government and district administration.
What started as a small experiment has now evolved into a growing ecosystem where teachers co-create content, students learn at their own pace, and technology bridges the last mile. From Unnayan to projects across multiple states, Eckovation is quietly transforming India's classrooms. One screen, one child at a time. Eckovation isn't just an edtech platform. It's a social innovation, blending technology, policy, and people to make education truly inclusive. Because the future of learning isn't about replacing teachers. It's about empowering them.